I mean, when Kanye made the comments about George Floyd died from fentanyl.
Oh, man.
Rosa Parks was a plant.
Right.
White lives matter. As a black person, how did that affect you? Hearing a black man say a bunch of white supremacist type shit, how did that affect you?
I actually said, what's wrong with Kanye? What's wrong with Kanye?
Who raised you?
Who raised you for real?
Yeah.
And what I did was I actually took it to my stage and started doing my stand-up. And I said, so they talking about Black Lives Matter is a scam.
Yeah.
I said, but Jerry Lewis been doing the same shit for years with muscular dystrophy. And before he died, all the motherfucking kids still was sick.
Jerry's kids, yeah.
Jerry's kids. I said, he ain't saved not one of them motherfuckers' lives before he died. I said, if you go by and visit them people now, they still fucked up. I said, I'm only playing with y'all. Don't y'all take me, say, I don't want this causing no harm to me. But I'm just making fun of it. Yeah. But Kanye, I'm going to tell you a story. Since I've been on the show 7-8 years now.
Something like that, yeah.
There's a thing called growth. And what I mean by growth is, I want this to be our last time we talk about Kanye West.
Okay.
And then I'm going to explain to you why, because there's growth.
Yeah.
Kanye is going to still be the same person to the day he dies. He's a bad example for young kids because they think they can go around here being emotional and crying, acting a fucking fool. Where me, you, different men around this country who represent being a man and teaching young men to be men and to better themselves, get their mindset together from the women that they choose to the putting work in to have a good job, to understand most people won't be millionaires by the time they're 25. You really got to put the work in. Yeah. And you actually did it on your computer. Most millionaires don't have it till in their 60s. And they need to understand you got to put the work in. And I think about when I was growing up, you see the older guy in the Cadillac with the nice slacks on and the blazer, open door for his wife, right? But he had this confidence that he put the work in and he looked good. You know what I'm talking about? He got that look and you're like, wow, look at him. See, the kids don't see that. That man, Mr. Johnson is called, Mr. Johnson, pulling up in the caddy. He wasn't a millionaire, but he was successful because he started out young. He saved his money.
Yeah.
He probably didn't have good credit when he was young, but he got great credit now. His wife looked good. She's getting her hair done and they got the backyard, the fence.
Kids look good.
Everybody looks good. Yeah. And that's what you kids, I want y'all to get that. You're going down the wrong path. You think you're supposed to have everything now. Like Nipsey said, it's a marathon. It's for real. It ain't a sprint.
It's long, It's years, it's decades. Yeah, man, listen, I didn't, when you mentioned that, I was like, man, I didn't really start getting money until I was about 40.
And that's a good age.
I'm 49 right now.
Yeah.
And at 40, that's when the money started to really...
Yeah, and it's coming in.
Yeah, I started VladTV in my mid-30s, but it took some years. And before then, I was a DJ. I wasn't making no real money back then. It took me a decade of being in the industry to even figure out what my real career is going to be, of trying this, trying that, mixtapes, DVDs, DJing, touring. Like, you don't know.
Guys, he had a lot of different things.
A lot of different shit,
and he owns this.
Yeah.
Vlad don't work for nobody.
Right.
I like making sure they know that, Vlad.
Oh, yeah.
That Vlad don't work for nobody. You can't say Vlad cancel Vlad. You can't say Vlad X, Y, and Z. He owns.
Yes. And I have a catalog that will continue to earn money after I'm dead.
Ladies and gentlemen, did you hear that?
Okay.
Did you hear what he said?
It's an asset. It's an asset.
And
there's an asset. You could be an asset business or a service business.
Absolutely.
You could make a lot of money doing services, but that money will end when the service is completed.
Absolutely.
An asset business, you continue to make money long after you've done the service.
And when he sleep.
And when I sleep. I've made money during the course of this interview.
Exactly.
Right.
Isn't that awesome?
Yep.